evening, everybody. Or,
good evening.
Good evening.
For those of you who don't know me, I'm Alex, Andy's stepson. Hiya, Andy. Now, apparently, it should be Alexander, or great leader of men. I work in a call centre. It's alright. And so, Mum and Andy's idea for me to do stand-up, you could just see him at the house. Oh, I do think it'd be a great idea. That voice, that's my mum. You're not Andy. And basically, I had that. I got that voice years ago. I was cycling home from work. I'm a bit of a cyclist, and I remember cycling up past the Yorkshire Post building. And it was like -4. And I didn't think anything of it at the time, so I will brave it out. Lived in Huddersfield, it's like that in the middle of summer. Anyway, so I got home in the shower as you do, and I must admit I do tinkle in the shower sometimes. I'm sorry, I'm just being honest, you know. Lots of blokes do. They say they don't, but they do. It's just easy. And anyway, so then I tried to wait and no, what was happening? And I was panicking. And that's where it came from. I had to have a hot bath and defrosted everything. Ever since then I've been okay, apparently. Scary moment though. Anyway, so their idea to stand up, and I thought I'd rise to the challenge, but I've got to be careful using the words rise, because Janice Marion, Imagine Stewart, they basically used to have these like parties, if you like, on a Friday evening. Once swingers are out, but and they used to have like, you know, come round, have some drinks, Chinese, whatever. And it was terrible. I was only young at the time. It destroyed me, really. I used to say things like, oh, has everyone had a big enough portion? This one night, we had some DIY work done or whatever, and the door handle dropped off, and it was like, oh, the knob's dropped off. God, so yeah, I got to like carry on film or something. Anyway, probably like 8 or 9.
8 or 9.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, so I work in a call centre. It's quite interesting work for insurance. And ironically, we got flooded over Christmas, but yeah, it's alright. I mean, the people I work with, it can be quite challenging. We had it was a few months ago, and we had this training course on how to sort of read people and sort of interact and get to know your customers. It's really good for the business, yeah. And so we did that. And there's this one example. The trainer said to this guy called Raz, and they said to him, you know, so you've got a customer and they've got an travel insurance. So they've got a pre-existing medical condition, and they're trying to read the documents. They find it a bit unclear. How would you make that clear for them? And his answer was, well, we could print it in large print. But then it's the customers, bless them. I mean, the general public, I'm one myself, and you get them through. And I deal mainly with like home insurance, so you get people coming through, and you have to ask your standard underwriting questions. Is your property, is it standard brick built, sloping, slate tiled roof? Oh, I don't know. How can you tell? I'm not there. You have to use like Google Images and sort of look at the house and go, well, is this your house? Yeah. Alright, well, go outside and have a look. I think it's brick, yeah. And then you get the impatient ones, you just take the name and date of birth and start adding the details to the system, this sort of thing. And we'll go, well, we're not done yet. And I'm thinking, well, you called me, And then I'm like, no, I've only got your name to start with. Have you not got all the information in front of you? Well, no, I've got your name, but I need to take all your details to, provide a quote. Oh, God. And then you'll get the other ones coming through. Well, I've had a letter come through. All right, yeah, okay. What's it say? It says I owe you money, but can you explain what it's about? And I'm thinking, well, it's because you owe us money. I'll get you through to accounts. Yeah, and then you get the old ones, oh, that's a nasty cough, because it was told to interact with your customers, you know, and be like, oh, that's a nasty cough you got. Oh, yeah, it's just cancer. Oh, sometimes we can't win. And then we have the meetings. Yeah, the meetings. Yeah. We have meetings about meetings. It's great. You know, we have these, like, when all our managers and all this sort of thing, they're all in the meetings about meetings. We have floor walkers, and they're like the SAS. They come in the high-vis jackets. So I think they're fluorescent orange now. And they're like, come on guys, someone needs an override, let's go. Yeah. Like, they love it. It's like they proper get off on it. But yeah, you know, but then you have the yearly seminars as well. And you know, they'll be like, come on guys, we're going to pitch our tents at the forefront of the insurance industry. Targets are like friends, we like to make friends. Are you listening? Carry on with that attitude, just remember, success comes in cans, failure comes in cans. Honestly,
you've had these, haven't you? You've been in these meetings.
Scary stuff. But yeah, I can't complain. I've got my own house, got a stable job. Probably not great for my sanity, but you know, Scotch is a good friend of mine. 2 cars. I've got. I'll be honest. I've got a Mercedes. Yeah, it's like living with a supermodel with a cocaine habit. I thought the ladies would like it, but they just think, no, you just did a dinner work. Children presents. Everyone pulled me to one side, she's like, you do realise there's children at this event, don't you? Yeah, oh, is it an event now? Oh, God. Then the uncle ones, I gave him a bottle of Scotch before we got here. Yeah, now, unfortunately, when you do drive a car like that, you can be a bit pretentious sometimes. I'm not a pretentious person, but sometimes you can be a bit because you can't help it. And I shop at Asda, but I also shop at M&S.
All right. Goodness me.
I live in Pudsey, and in Pudsey there's a big Asda, but there's also like a big M&S. This isn't rehearsed, by the way. And you know, so I'll start off at M&S, and they're literally next door to each other. But I always find it quite interesting how when you're going from M&S to Asda, and it's like the sky starts turning grey, and you start to smell cigarette smoke, you know, and you see like it's like walking into Mordor. I don't know what it is. Yeah, and then you get the tracksuit family stood on corner waiting for taxis, and they got the trolley full of like 3 for 2s on skips and Carlin and that. I'm sorry. And then I was talking about there's always someone on dialysis as well. Dialysis. Alright, that trolley if you don't need it. But I quite enjoy where I live. It's nice, it's Pudsey, it's alright if you ever been. I live up near Tom Garden Centre, right nice, they've refurbished it now, you can have lovely cakes. Anyway, it's not as nice as here though. But you know, I've got this strange neighbour, now he's alright, but he's from Derby.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, and nice guy, but he can be a bit hard work, you know, but we're very, nice and steady away, as it were, you know. And one time he came up and he says, oh, I got a knock on the door, and he says, oh, I'm doing some DIY over the weekend. I says, all right, yeah, no problem. I says, well, as long as there isn't a nail through my wall or anything, or an axe, you know, shining. And he goes, why would I need an axe? Yeah, so that, I could go on, but I'm just going to, yeah. Anyway, happy birthday, Andy. I tried to keep it clean like you told me to. Thank you, everybody, for being pleasant to me, and I'll make you an encore. back to being at work, really. Because it's kind of strange that somewhere like this, you know, it exists in the art. To an outsider, you wouldn't really get what goes on. Like, I mean, I work weird shifts, and sometimes we start at 8 o'clock in the morning. And you get it in the morning, we'll talk about his team stats and stuff. And like this one girl in the team, Saffron Blaster, and we're putting the stats on board as you do. Who sold what yesterday and who we are doing crap. And get eggs and I don't know. And then she's putting marks down on board, and they're like, oh no, Saffron, you have to rub one off. You put too many on, and as soon as someone said rub one off, we're like, hey. I was working last Sunday doing overtime. This girl Saturday came in and she goes, oh, I've been to the gym this morning. I'm a bit tight. I need a stretch. And everyone was just like, oh, okay. Sorry, I know it's pathetic. It's just other day though, where I was just making a cup of coffee and cleaners were in, and they were putting stuff into dishwasher, and I needed a spoon, and I says, oh, can I just get a teaspoon? She said, oh yeah, no problem, love. So I finished making my brew, and I says, where do you want me to slip it in? And she goes, you are? I said, no. She put it in top drawer. We had this training, we have an emergency fund that runs alongside your home insurance, and if you have your boiler breakdowns, this sort of thing will come out and repair it. And we're running in a training group, and they're trying to explain what it covers, and one of the guys says, oh, so we'll cover, you know, if you get your back door bashed in, you know. Yeah. I don't know, I'm going to stop now, but I'm going to leave you with this one joke. And if you know the answer, don't shout out because you'll spoil it. So, why do squirrels swim on their backs? Do you know? It's to keep the nuts dry. I'm done now.
Oh, God. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's a nasty cough.